Good morning, good morning, everybody. I'm your host, the Supreme Litigant, and I'd like to welcome everybody back to SmartLow TV. If you haven't already, you already know the routine. Please go ahead and hit that like button and that subscription button and turn that notification bell on. I'll give y'all a second to do that. All right, so I'm gonna jump right into this now. Initially, I really didn't want to make this video, but I have to do this. Um, Basically, I just feel like I have to help Yusuf L um expose these people, these what's the word? These traitors to the republic and to the sovereign, the true sovereign, because these people are traitors. Now, this guy, this is the channel that I'm on is called Law Talk with Mike. Mike is an attorney. Okay, in regards to how Mike practices whatever, and wherever he practices, um, I'm not sure how good he is. I can't say he doesn't know what he's talking about in regards to that when he's in here fashioning arguments under statutes, when he's actually litigating cases under statutes and shit like that. I'm not. I don't know how good he is. But in regards to these videos that he make, see this term right here, sob sitting alert, sobs. In other words, it's a euphemism for sovereign citizen or whatever. I am qualified to comment on that. And if you are a follower of him, um, you really need to watch this video. This man does not know what the fuck he's talking about in regards to that. He's completely wrong when it comes to that. In fact, he is not an attorney at law. He might be an attorney, but he's not an attorney at law. Because if he is in here defending clients and his clients are prosecuted under statutes, that court, let me rephrase that agency, because that's what the fuck it is. It's not a court. That administrative agency is not operating under common law jurisdiction. They're operating under a so-called statutory jurisdiction, which is essentially it's some sort of admiralty or maritime jurisdiction. That's what the fuck it is, because there are no statutes in common law and there are no statutes in equity. There's only two other jurisdictions. So let me stop right here and let me explain something to y'all right quick. The Constitution authorizes four jurisdictions: common law, equity, admiralty, and maritime. That is it. There are two of those jurisdictions that have a criminal jurisdiction. That is common law and that is admiralty. Admiralty is really all civil in admiralty, because there are lawsuits going on in there. They're filing lawsuits against you. This man does not know what he's talking about. He's not an attorney at law. He is a proctor. That's what I call them, because that's what the fuck they call them in admiralty proceedings. Proctor. So let me show y'all what I mean. I'm not going to go into detail about all this, but proctor, the term used to describe a legal practitioner in admiralty law. That's what the fuck he is. And if you read Clerk's Praxis, it mentions that in Clerk's Praxis. So, this particular video right here, though, I watched this video. I mean, you can go and watch it if you want, but he's essentially making fun of this guy because this guy filed a motion to stay. This guy right here with the fez on. He's essentially making fun of this guy because he filed a motion to stay, and his motion to stay was denied. That's not even fun. I don't even know why you even made this video, because you know how many motions to stay that I have read by attorneys that were denied in the trial court, and then they applied for a motion to stay in the appeal court, and it was granted, or sometimes it was still denied, and they had to appeal it probably to the Supreme Court and petition for a motion to stay in there, and it probably was granted in there, or it probably was denied, just something like that. As a matter of fact, In Alabama, you are required to, whenever you're going to stay a case, whenever you want to stay a judgment of a case, well, not judgment, but execution of a judgment in a case, you're required to file a motion to stay in the trial court. And if it gets denied, then you can petition for a motion to stay in the appellate court. All that shit, whatever. Also, I wanted to say this: if you are, if you think about filing a motion to stay in court, I wanted to read y'all something. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna read this to y'all. I'm gonna pull the case up because this is not gonna do any justice on it. So give me a second. I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. But this is in regards to staying a case. In other words, so essentially what this guy did is I'm assuming he lost in the trial court and he filed a notice of appeal and a motion to stay in the trial court. It was denied. So he petitioned the appellate court also for a motion to stay, which was subsequently also denied. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he filed a notice of appeal in the appellate court. No, not the appellate court. He filed a notice of appeal to the Supreme Court in that particular jurisdiction, wherever he is. I think it's in Michigan, I think. And he's still trying to get the execution of the judgment stayed. That's what he's trying to do. If you're ever thinking about filing a motion to stay, sometimes this may be applicable to you. What I'm about to read. And it says a party need not obtain a stay of judgment nor file a supersedis bond in order to take or prosecute an appeal. Failure to file such a bond is not grounds for dismissal of an appeal, but simply removes the supersedis aspect of the appeal and leaves the party who obtained the judgment free to execute on the judgment. That's essentially all you're doing. You're stopping them from executing on the judgment once you get a stay granted in your favor. That's all you're doing. So that's what this guy in this video was trying to do, and it just got denied twice. And so he's trying to get it stayed or whatever. And this idiot, Law Talk, he thinks that's funny. He thinks that, I don't know why, because they do that all the time. It's not even anyway. Back to what I was talking about. This guy is misleading people, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he seems to think that the people, if I'm not mistaken, this is in Michigan. So he seems to think that the people in Michigan are not sovereign. He's making fun of them. That is treason, because the people in Michigan are in fact sovereign. You cannot create a government unless your ass is sovereign. You cannot create a court unless your ass is sovereign. You can't do it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So I just pulled this up. This is just something just old. But this is, what is this? 1987. In our constitutional form of government, the sovereign power is in the people. And a constitution is made for the people and by the people. Who made the Constitution? The people. The people. The Michigan Constitution is a limitation on the plenary power of government, and its provisions are paramount. It is so basic as to require no citation that the Constitution is the fundamental law to which all other laws must conform. All state public officers, legislative, executive, and judicial, are required by Constitution 1963, Article 11, Section 1, to swear or affirm to support that same document. That's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. Anytime these people are prosecuting your legal person, because that's exactly what they're doing, your legal personality, that they created. Anytime that they do that under a statute, they are acting in a ministerial capacity. They are enforcing statutes, which means they are members of the executive branch of government. They are administrative agencies. So what do I mean by administrative agencies? What is an administrative agency? I'm going to give you some examples. The DOJ, the SEC, the ATF, the CIA, the DOT, the DMV, the CPS, not the CPS, but CPS, police department, sheriff department, a city, a county, the Department of Corrections. Those are all, and that's not a complete list. I just wanted to just give you a few examples. Those are administrative agencies. Administrative agencies exercise plenary power. Okay, that's what they do. What is plenary power? Plenary power is legislative, executive, and judicial authority all in one. But it's not authentic. They don't have any authentic judicial authority because the supreme legislative, executive, and judicial authority resides in the sovereign. That is the people. Okay? That is the people. This is why Justice Scalia was saying that there's no such thing as a lawful or constitutional delegation of authority. That's what he was talking about. So, to everybody new to my channel, and you want me to substantiate what I am saying, give me a second. I'm gonna pause the video, and I'm gonna direct y'all to some videos that I made that's going to explain this to you just by showing you case law. So I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. This is a video that I did almost a year ago on my channel. It's called "They Are Not Courts, They Are Administrative Agencies." This is the first video that you need to go and watch on my channel. It's 20 minutes long, but it's short, straight to the point. 20 minutes of your time, from your day, is worth it for you to get this information that I'm trying to get you to understand. I don't give a fuck that they call them courts. They are not courts. They are administrative agencies. The reason why is because separation of powers. So in other words, the legislature cannot create courts and give them authentic judicial authority on the same footing as the sovereign people of the state of Michigan or in any state, unless the sovereign people of the so-called whatever state authorizes them to do that. And I still don't even think they can do it because that's a conflict. But due to separation of powers, they don't although they exercise so-called quasi judicial authority. It's not judicial authority. I don't call it that. It's not judicial authority. Although that's what they call it, it's not authentic. In other words, it did not that authority did not come into existence from the sovereign, which would be the people, in their constitution. Who can change that constitution whenever the fuck they want? They don't have to wait every 6 years or whatever. Who can nullify every Supreme Court decision in Michigan whenever the fuck they want to that they don't like because they sovereign? They can do that. But anyway, that's one of the first videos. This right here, this is one of the first videos that you need to watch. I'm gonna pause the video again, and we're gonna go from there because I'm trying to direct y'all to the videos that you need to watch to get an idea of well, not an idea, a complete understanding. There may be some pieces of the puzzle still missing, but it's gonna give you a more substantiated understanding of my argument. So give me a second. All right, back, y'all. Sorry about that. This would be the second video that you need to watch. What you're seeing right here is from a show called Better Call Saul. And in this episode, he's being punished by the bar administration in Mexico for violating their codes. They're punishing him in an administrative agency because this is an administrative hearing. But it looks and functions just like a court that is exercising judicial authority, but it's not a court. This is the second video you need to watch. They doing this everywhere, y'all. They're exercising plenary power, meaning they're exercising legislative, judicial, and executive power. That is what they're doing. That is what they're doing. They're doing it in their jurisdiction, though. You have no business in an administrative agency unless you knowingly and voluntarily made yourself subject to that jurisdiction. If you have not done that, you have no business in there. The only court that you should be in is the court in which you have created for yourself. That is in the Constitution. That is a court that adjudicates private rights, not public rights. In this video here, there had to be some sort of public right that was adjudicated that he's trying to appeal or something like that, that came into conflict with his private right. That's what essentially that's what happened. The public means government. The private means the citizen with the capital C. I ain't gonna say the lowercase c. But this is the second video you need to watch. I'm gonna pause the video again, and I'm going to direct y'all to there's probably maybe one or two more videos. I don't want to make this video too long. So give me a second. I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back. All right, y'all. Here is the third video that you need to go and watch, because this is going to give you it's going to open your eyes and just make you understand or give you an idea of what is actually going on in these administrative agencies. All right, that's why you need to read. Do not listen to this idiot this man is either he is innocently an idiot, or he is knowingly, willfully, and intentionally spreading misinformation. He's one of those two. If he's innocent of it, I apologize, disregard the video, and I take back all of the names that I said about you. However, if you are cognizant of what you're doing, and if you are knowingly spreading this misinformation, then you are a traitor. That is what you are. You're a damn traitor. Please, if you ever want to debate me too, if you're watching this video, if you ever want to get me on a phone call or whatever and debate me, please do. Please do. I'll make time for that. And you better bring your A game, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, let me go back to it, y'all. I'm gonna pause this video because there's another video that I want y'all to see. This is me, y'all. This is me in this video. I'm in the law library in this video. Let me show y'all.
Hey, good morning, y'all. I'm back again with another video. Today I'm in the law library. Let me stand up and just show y'all as for proof. So I am in the law library. As you'll see, this place is full of books. This is where you need to come so you can learn. This is where you need to come.
All right, I'm gonna stop it.
So
that's where your ass need to go if you want to know what's going on. Do not listen to this man here. Do not listen to him. He's lying to you. Stop listening to this guy. Unless he just doesn't know what he's doing, then that's I give him a little pass on that if he doesn't know what he's doing. But if he knows exactly what he's doing, I'm gonna assume that he do. I'm gonna presume that he knows what he's doing. But anyway, if he knows what he's doing, stop listening to this guy. Stop listening to this guy and anybody who's preaching this bullshit that he's preaching, because they are lying to you. That's the problem that we're having right now. That's why we have people who go into court and don't want to stand up for their rights, and that's why these people just keep doing what the fuck they doing. Running over you, violating all your rights. That's what they do. They gonna do that because you let them do it, and they gonna keep on doing it. They're not gonna stop. Give me a second. I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be right back. All right. This would be probably, I think this would be the fourth video that y'all need to watch on my channel. I stopped showing my face because people just thought I was just making shit up. So I just completely stopped showing my face and I just start reading cases, showing you my screen, reading the cases. This is from this case citation in this video. This is in, looks like California from 1855. Y'all need to go and watch this video because it's going to explain to you that admiralty jurisdiction can be on the land. That's what it's going to do. This is why you need to, again, stop listening to this idiot who is knowingly, intentionally, and willfully spreading misinformation and committing treason. That's what he's doing by calling you a sovereign citizen. Anybody who calls you that shit, if you're like me and you know what you're doing, you need to sue their ass for saying that to you. Because if ain't one of them ever say that bullshit to me, I'm filing a lawsuit against them. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video again. I think it might be one more video. Watch this video, y'all, right here. I'm gonna pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. This will be the last video I would recommend that you watch. It's called a corporation's constitution because corporations have constitutions. Sometimes they might be called a constitution. Sometimes they're not called constitutions. It doesn't matter what they call it. What matters is the substance within the contents of the document. That's what matters. Okay? That's what matters. So this goes back to what we're saying about the county, the city, even the state. When you watch this video, you're going to see exactly how this corporation's constitution looks just like a state constitution and the federal constitution. It looks just like it, but it's not. It's a corporation's constitution because corporations have constitutions. Cities, they have charters, a charter. They get their charters from the legislature. In Alabama, that's what, at least in Alabama, they do. That charter for that city is that corporation's constitution. In other words, it's that city's constitution because the cities are corporations. They have EIN numbers, they have DUN numbers, and they have insurance. They are fucking corporations. That's why they call them municipal corporations. They are legal persons. They are juristic persons. They are juridical persons. They are legal fictions. That includes the county, the school board, Walmart, Sam's Club, any other corporations, law firms, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you have them in your so-called state, they are persons. The state is a person. The court is a person. So-called court anyway. It's a person. And they're not going to tell y'all this shit. And if you think I'm lying, just let me know. And I'll pull up the cases and I'll show you. The only thing that I do is I do research, okay? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. The only thing that I do the same exact thing that this guy do and that his colleagues do, because the only thing that they're doing is repeating other shit, what the other judges, so-called judges, have said. That's the only thing we're doing. And we're regurgitating their legal conclusions based off their research. That's the only thing that we're doing. That's the only thing that I do. I read cases and whatever they come up, whatever their opinion is, then I just repeat their opinion. That's what everybody does. These people ain't smarter than you. What you need to do is go and do like I did and take your ass to that law library like I do and read books that you want to know about, read cases that you want to know about. You're not going to learn too much from this guy right here because he don't know what the fuck he talking about in regards to this sovereign stuff. He don't know what the fuck he talking about. He don't know what the fuck he talking about unless he is just knowingly, intentionally, and willfully spreading misinformation. Now, in regards to his other practice, I don't know what type of I wouldn't even call it law. I don't know what type of policy he practices, but the other stuff he may be a genius at it. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not qualified to comment on that. I don't know. But this shit right here, he needs to leave that alone. And y'all need to stop listening to him. This shit is not funny. This shit ain't no game. These people are involved in a very sophisticated, like Yusuf says, a very sophisticated form of slavery. They're filing lawsuits against you. And when they file that lawsuit against you and they get that so-called judgment against you, they're going to file a lien against you. That's why, I don't know if y'all heard about it, but in this video, there was in Mississippi, there were some prisoners. They buried these prisoners behind the prison, and one woman, her son, I think it was her son or something like that. She said she had to pay to get his body because I'm guessing he didn't completely pay his debt to society. So I don't know in regards to that. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell I don't know, but she had to pay to get his body back because this shit is about money. It's about money. The Department of Corrections is a fucking corporation. They all corporations. I don't know why y'all can't see this. They all have EIN numbers and DUNS numbers. They corporations. How else do I know that they're corporations? Because they are dealing in negotiable instruments. They're taking checks. They're taking money orders. They're taking cash. They're taking probably bills of exchanges too. Even if they don't accept bills of exchanges, they're still taking other forms of negotiable instruments, just like private citizens, because there ain't no money. That shit ain't money. Only gold and silver can be used as money, except in private transactions. The Constitution does not apply to private citizens like you and me. It does not say what you and I can or cannot do. That's why we can change the Constitution whenever the fuck we want. That's why we can nullify every Supreme Court decision that we don't like whenever the fuck we want. But anyway, I'm gonna get off this. That'll be the end of this video. Hopefully y'all just wise up, stop listening to this guy in regards to sovereignty. Stop listening to him. Now don't get me wrong, some of the people in his videos, they some of them know what they're doing and some of them don't know what they're doing, which is fine if you don't know what you're doing, because I wasn't always like this. When I first came into this information, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just trying some shit I read on the internet until I started going into the so-called courtroom and asking questions. And these motherfuckers started acting very different. They start evading the question or ignoring the question or obfuscating and calling me names. And then or I would be in a courtroom full of people and they would always call me last, or I would get a special setting in which it's just me, a couple police officers, a so-called judge, it's a fake ass judge in there, and a bailiff, and nobody else in here. It's just me, because they don't want people to know what the fuck going on. That has happened to me. I've been in jail for contempt of court before, plenty of times. I remember one time, I allegedly got so-called charged with 3 counts of contempt of court. Went to jail. I was out of jail 2 days later. So I'm like, what the fuck? Because I didn't know what happened. So I go down to the courthouse. He had ordered me released on a writ of mitimus. He ordered me, the same so-called judge who sent me to jail. He didn't want people to know that I was right about what I was doing. So he tried to scare me into complying with him or whatever. But anyway, So I got a copy of the disposition from the contempt hearing to see, if he actually signed it, and just to see everything that was on it, see all of the contents on it. This motherfucker ain't signed the document. He drew a circle on the damn document. This man literally drew a circle. He never signed it, but I was still so-called in jail or whatever you want to call it. Y'all think this shit is a game? These folks, this shit all smoke and mirrors, man. Anybody who's talking like him, stop listening to them. Go find out for yourself. You don't even have to believe me. Go read these cases that I show you in these videos, and then you can come up with your own reasonable conclusion like I did. They are not courts. They are administrative agencies. They can call them courts all they motherfucking want, but they're not courts. And they are not adjudicating private rights. They're adjudicating public policy. That's what a statute is. Statutes are not laws. That is public policy. To me, this is my own personal opinion, policy is corporate in nature. It is commercial in nature. All corporations have policies. Anyway, that'll be the end of this video. I'm getting a little tired. That'll be the end of this video. The Supreme Litigant is out. Peace.